Alright, welcome back to another day. We are still trading the sound reversals. We've been green now 4 days in a row with it. We're up $1,500. This is like still testing the strategy with 30K positions. I'm going to increase that position size if this keeps on working. But we've managed to stay green every day, and we'll see how we do with it today. Basically, the strategy is pretty simple. We're trading SOUN on a 3-minute chart. So in TradingView, you have this option to do a 3-minute chart. If you click this little drawdown menu and select that over here, or down here, you can add any interval you want to add, and then it'll show up right here. If you don't have the ability to do a 3-minute chart, basically all you need to know, whatever it does in the first 3 minutes of the market open, you're going to enter a position doing the opposite of that. So if it goes down in the first 3 minutes, then you're going long, and if it goes up in the first 3 minutes, then you're going to go short. We're setting a stop loss of 2%. I do 2.2 just for accurate back tests to account for mistakes in the spread. And for the profit, if we reach 3%, then we're setting a stop loss where we entered the position and we're selling half of our position. And then what I tweaked just today, based on some new back tests that I did, is that I'm selling half at a resistance around 5%, and then I sell everything at 10%. So yesterday we had the first red candle over here. This is the first 3-minute candle. So then we went long over here and we sold half at 3%. And then 5% over here, this is where we would sell another half, and then it did make it all the way up to 10%, where we would sell our entire position there. The day before that, first 3-minute candle is red again. We went long over here. Up here, we sold half a little bit early at 2.5%, and then we set a stop loss where we bought at. We did not sell half at 5% over here, and then got stopped out where we bought at. And then again over here, first 3-minute candle is green, so we went short, entered here, sold half, and then we should have sold half down here near 5%, but we didn't, and then got stopped out where we bought it. So anyways, it's all green days. These are the back tests for the updated strategy over here, and you could see so far in 2 weeks we would be up 15.6%, averaging 1.56% a day. And then in February, I only back tested it back an additional 3 weeks because everything before that is kind of irrelevant for this stock because it was trading very differently. But we would have done 11.6% on that month, averaging 0.7 a day. That yearly, if you can keep that up, is pretty amazing with large position size. This is kind of my style of trading. I do the same thing every single day. I don't use any discussion. I just follow the rules to a T. This is 1 trade per day, and then I'm done for the day. And that works extremely well for me as opposed to starting to make decisions in real time. I'm just basically too emotional. Like, I can't think straight. I have a bias. Anytime I take a loss, I usually just increase my position size and then sometimes don't even have a stop loss. Once I get emotional, can kind of get out of control and then become much worse. So anyways, long story short, this style of trading where I find some sort of edge, I know that it works through the back tests, and then I just do the same thing every single day. That's a strategy that works for me. It's not going to work every single day. You can see over here you have 3 losses in a row, stop loss hit, 3 losses in a row. The only way I would stop trading this strategy is if I have 5 days of losses in a row. Alright, so I'm going to set my projections over here. So if you click that, hit long position, adjust the green to my first profit level of 3% and the red to 2%, and then short, same thing, 2% loss and a 3% gain. We're trading directly on TradingView. We have an account linked up right here. Sell if I want to go short, buy if I want to go long. The units are the amount of shares, and I'm going in with around 30K. And my stop loss is set to risk $650. So this is likely going to be a pretty crazy day. Okay, you can see this massive run up that the stock had in the past week. It hit about 100% gain. Now it's down back to about a 58% gain. For this strategy to work, that's pretty much exactly what I want to see. Because what tends to happen, and what the strategy is based on, is that whatever it does in the morning, in the first couple minutes, it's quickly going to reverse and do the opposite. This is the amount of profit that we've made so far on SoundHound, and that's how we're starting the day. We'll see how we end. All right, the market just opened and we got a big green candle. If it closes green, we're going to be going short. Looking at the spread over here, it's by 1 or 2 decimal points, so that's totally fine for market order. This strategy only works with market orders. Okay, the candle turned red. If it closes red, then we're going to be going long. We have 1 more minute here. Okay, we're going long here. Closed with a red candle. We got our stop loss set. So around this time, I gotta say this is like pretty nerve-wracking just watching this. You know, you could tell it's struggling over here, and a part of me like really wants to win. And my mindset just needs to be like, it doesn't matter what happens. It's okay for it to get stopped out, because that's part of the strategy too, is like you're going to take losses some days. Not every day is going to be green. So what I tend to do is just kind of let this go. Don't look at the charts. I have my alert sets. I got my stop loss, and I got an alert set over here at my profit target. So I stay near the computer so I could sell half, but I pretty much just try to not look at it. What I like to do sometimes, play on my Game Boy so I'm distracted. Gotta love those sound effects. Alright, we just sold half, and we're gonna set a stop loss where we bought at. Okay, so now it's a risk-free trade. Our next profit target is gonna be around the resistance of 5%, which is right here. You can see on the pre-market level. So we'll set an alert over there, and we're going to sell 972 shares if we reach that target. All right, while that's going over there, I'm going to do an update on my swing trades. So I'm in 3 positions right now for my swing trades. If you switch over here to the 1-day chart, I enable the super trend indicator, just default settings. The strategy is just to go in after the sell signal or a buy signal. So once a 1-day candle closes over here, we enter, and then we exit over here once the sell signal, and then we go short and switch sides. So currently we're shorting Marvel. We got a buy signal over here, so we're going long a little bit down over here on CrowdStrike, and we're pretty much break even going long on Carnival as well. These are all stocks where as soon as we get a signal, we're going to be entering. And in order to know when that happens, we just set an alert right here, these 3 little dots. Add alert on super trend, condition, directional change. Back to sound. I'll just let this run here for a while, see what it does. Okay, we just sold another half of our position at the next profit target. And the next one after that is double at 10%. So this is 10% up here. This is where we'd normally take our profit. I'm going to set an alert right over here before yesterday's close. We might sell at that level there. Depends on how it's trading. If it shoots right past it super fast, then we'll wait a moment. If it's struggling in this level right here, then we'll sell the remainder of our position. I also just want to point out that our stop loss almost hit over here, then it reversed. So this is why I don't watch it. It's super nerve-wracking. All right, just stepped away from the computer for a bit, but you can see this is our profit target over here, but we've been struggling on this level right here. I'm not going to risk it, just fully exited the position over there at 8% instead of 10%. And the likely thing right now is it just shoots right up. And of course, it just shoots right up and breaks right through that the second that I sell. That's what usually happens. But by playing it safe like this is how I manage to stay green. And of course, seeing it do that is a bit annoying, but trying to get the last little bit of every trade is really not a smart decision in the long run. It was a clear resistance point over here with yesterday's close, and also it was struggling on this level, and the likely scenario was that it was going to be shooting right back down to the low of the day. So decided to play it safe. So we started the day with 15.55, ended on 28.58, so that's a $1,300 profit. So today we did another 5%, so we're up 20% on the month. Most of these are just back tests. only started trading the strategy right here, but that averages 1.87% a day, which is pretty amazing. So we'll do it again tomorrow. Please like and subscribe and follow along, and let me know in the comments what you think. Hi, welcome back. It's been a couple days over here. The last 2 days we've had our stop loss hit on both days. So checking on the strategy here, still up 16% on the month, but you could see we had this big green run over here, and then last 2 days the stop loss hit both days. That is perfectly fine. It's part of any strategy to have losses and to be able to take those losses without kind of freaking out and switching to a different strategy. So this is yesterday. We had one red bar, so we went long right over here, and then we went all the way up to 2.2% gain, but we don't take our first profit until 3%, and then it went all the way back down to our stop loss. And then the day before that, we got in, went long after the first red bar, immediately got stopped out. But that puts us down to $1,567. This is the total profit, and we've now done the strategy for 8 days. Today is day 9, and we will see how it goes. The only thing that I've changed here is I've tweaked the profit targets just by a little bit. So we're still selling half at 3% and setting a stop loss where we entered the position. And then we sell half at resistance around 5%, selling half at resistance around 10%, and then selling all at the end of the day. And we switched to selling all at the end of the day because of this day right here. We exited our entire position at a 10% profit. That was our last profit target. And you can see that at the end of the day, closing the position half an hour before the market close would have been an additional 8% gain over there. So we do want to kind of hold out because this is a hot stock, and when it's trending up, it usually just continues to do that until the end of the day. Yesterday, after we got stopped out, we missed this by about 1% over here. It trended way up in the direction we would have been going in. We would have been up 11% on that. I did consider kind of tweaking the stop loss. I did some back tests on it, and it actually was worth it to change the stop loss from 2% to 3.5%. We'd be getting better results over here. But there's just not enough data to make a good decision on that, because we can only back test for about a month and a half, because everything before that is just, it was trading completely differently and it's irrelevant. Right now it's around $8, and back then it was around $2. All right, the market just opened. It looks like the range over here, we're at the bottom of the pre-market range, which is a very small range of 3% for this stock. We'll see if it breaks below that. All we're doing right now is we are waiting to see if this first 3-minute candle will close red or green. If it closes red, we're going to be going long. All right, so I'm watching the clock right here. We have 30 more seconds until the bar closes. Right now it's green, so we're going to be shorting. Okay, so we're in on a short position. So we're hoping for a break below this pre-market range right now. Okay, so we're still trading in this range, this small range of the pre-market. We did break below it momentarily. It looked like we were going to very quickly hit our profit target. We got down to about a 2% profit here, but then it reversed. So right now I'm going to do some more work and some more back tests, and I'll check back in, let you know what happened. Okay, looks like we just got stopped out. Okay, this is going against the plan, but we had this big run up over here. This is where we got stopped out on. We're on a 1-minute chart now. It hit the high of yesterday's close, and then it retracted all the way back to its recent support. And then when it showed signs of a reversal, then I went long and then quickly took profits at about a 1% gain over there. So we're going to call it a day. We're down just about $100 today. With our sound reversal strategy, we had the stop loss hit now for the 3rd day in a row. Just really quick before we end the video, I just did a back test of a modified version of this same strategy, and it came out to 41% for the month of March so far, and then for the month of February 15%, also solid. And it is much simpler than what I've been doing. So on the next video, I'm going to go over what that is. So tune in for that. So make sure you subscribe and like the video, and I will go over what this strategy is, and we're going to be trading it on the next video. See you then.